Hello, gamers. Welcome back to another painful cringe-inducing video. Today you are going to be watching some creepypasta quizzes I did a while back. If you don't know what I am talking about, check out my creepypasta fandom video. The link will be in the description. Okay gamers, let's get it.
So this is a creepypasta school RP? I don't know if that means like I'm at school and then something crazy happens, or for some reason I'm like at a school meant for crazy killers? I don't know, we'll find out. Okay. Oh, I should explain. Welcome to school. Something odd has happened to your teachers. It appears they've been replaced by some sketchy substitutes. That's right. You're not classmates of the creepypastas, you little shits. They're your teachers. Oh gee, very aggressive. And they'll be teaching you things. I don't know if they're important to you in America, but you can sever the content of a modern British GCSE exam. I don't know what that is. With older school letter result grades because the numbers would confuse you and I can't make puns with them. So your answers do count. This is a test. Don't fail. And you won't have to suffer a punishment. Oh, guess what your first class is? Gem. Go, go, go. This person's kind of almost angry and condescending, but whatever. Okay, so I get two options. I say I'm running or I ask who's even teaching it. I'm running. The gymnasium was a long, burnt, urban ember room with brightly painted lines marking court fields. Okay, there we go. Basketball nets hung on either side, while okay, why are they even describing how a gym looks? I know how a gym looks. You're lucky this is active work and not BTEC sport. Sat in a classroom writing about limbs and exercise. What do you mean? I'd kind of rather do that. I'll do that. And get to learn about the body. Like, I'd be fine with that. It takes a moment when a ball is kicked into the center before a loud whistle is blown, making you cover your ears. A tall, lanky male in a white hoodie stalked into the gym. He glares daggers at everyone. His messy black hair half pulled up into a manhunt? I think they meant to say a man bun to keep it from his face. Again with the weird run-on sentences, like the way the periods, this person doesn't know how grammar works. I'm just gonna autocorrect it on my own. He held a cold expression despite the carved smile upon his lips. I'm pretty sure everyone would panic if they realized their substitute had like scars along their face that made a twisted smile. Wild concept, but my gym teacher is Jeff the Killer. Honestly, it's very fitting for his character. Up on all your feet. 50 laps around the gym. Now, no dawdling, you fucks. You flinch and start running. At about the 7th lap, you notice there's a gap by the desk while he's not looking. Maybe you could take a break? Well, if I'm struggling, I'm not going to take a break. Like, I'm not going to risk it. How about I just slow down but I don't take a break? After a little bit, everyone was standing beside him, patting and wheezing. Okay, great, you sorry sots. We can start the lesson now. We're playing basketball. Losing team cleans the benches. Winning team can fuck off for the remainder of the lesson. The students groan as he begins to sort them into teams. Wait, what does this even mean? LCHINI? NI? Sure. The game ends and unfortunately your team lost. Nice! You were left to clean the benches until the end of the lesson. Upon after lesson, you were forced to quickly change into less smelly clothes. Well, I sure hope I did change, and head off to your next class. Mathematics. I'm like indifferent about math, so I'll just put that I love it. Like how there's like, who is smart enough to even teach it? Well, we'll find out now, won't we? Oh boy. You walk up the stairs to the 3rd floor in your math classroom, pushing the door open. There's about 15 other students in the room, and very few other chairs. Some of the empty chairs were next to a female with dark makeup, long brown hair, staring at her reflection on the phone, fixing her mascara, and a dip-tied blonde brunette chewing gum as she rocked in her chair. Are they just saying people that there are? Oh, okay, a brown-haired boy with fuckboy haircut and a blonde girl with emo hair. I would typically sit alone, because the way this person described all of them, the person described them all as horrible people, and like horrible stereotypes, so I guess I'll just sit alone. Upon sitting down, you find... Okay. So I guess I basically am like, no one gives a shit because you decided to be a loner. Thanks for reminding me how my life is. A few minutes pass and the teacher doesn't seem to be here. I like how they have 15 minutes and we can walk out. That's not how that works. But I'll click it anyway because I guess that means I'm still in the class. There was a low buzz. Oh jeez, wait. Oh, it's the quadratic formula I have to do. I was like, what are these answers? Okay, that's easy. I'm chill with that. Okay, then there was a low buzz by the computer monitor, and the interactive whiteboard turned to a blue screen before flickering and logging in. A moment later, a shadow seemed to appear on the board like someone was stood behind you, yet it was impossible. After hands reached forward and pressed to the screen, ripping through like walking through a waterfall. The rest of the body followed, and soon you were met with a short, blonde elf boy, recognizable as Ben Drowned, though he wasn't wearing his Link attire for once. Instead, he was wearing a short-sleeved moss green jacket and a black long-sleeved Triforce shirt beneath it. A pair of sweatpants almost swallowed him. He huffed and leaned against the desk. Fastest way to travel, he huffed. Right, open your books and let's get cracking right off the bat. We're doing quadratics and algebra. You know, someone tell me what the quadratic formula is. Hurry up. He glanced around as if unfazed by the shock that filled the room. He pointed at you. Quadratic formula, go. That's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. I mean, I guess they didn't really have any other way to describe it. Yeah, it's that one. He shrugged and sighed, writing it up on the board. This is useful. Not in life, but if you didn't know, you're marked as stupid or worthless. Welcome to society. So edgy. I mean, I guess it works better with these characters. Then he proceeded to write on the board, and you wondered how he reached so high, only to find he was hovering, legs crossed, as he sat on an invisible stool. Epic. Okay, so here's something simpler in algebra. Solve for x, go. Okay, x plus 4 equals 8. Okay, so the first one's obviously 4. X plus 5 equals 7. So the next one is 2. 2x plus 6 equals 20. Well, that would be 2 and 7. Great. You're still dumb, but at least you won't fail this test, he mused, sarcasm dripping from his voice before he seemed to hang upside down. Oh, before he seemed to, I guess he's supposed to be hang upside down from invisible monkey bars. He wrote on the board again. Find the end term for the following quadratic equations. Crap, I don't remember how to do those. 5 to equal 1, and for this one it's already 2, and so it has to equal 9. So yeah, it'd be this one. That took me way too long. Ugh. The class was becoming bored, a thick layer of annoyance about his sarcasm, his lack of caring. He was writing more sequences on the board when he suddenly stopped mid-number. He spun around and threw his pen at the emo boy, hitting him in the forehead as he was staring down in his lap. Oh gee, he flinched, and suddenly the object in his hand started ringing, and it answered itself, an echo of the elf voice. Though he didn't move his lips, demanding him to put the phone in front of his desk. He huffed and got up, placing it down. Anyone else want to get out their phones? Put it on my desk, or I'll electrocute you with it. No phones allowed. School rules. Jesus, back in my day, we didn't have that. We had fucking respect. Okay, first of all, if I had a sub who came through the projection and was like levitating, then he straight up roasted a kid for having his phone. Like, that'd be a pretty cool sub. I don't know about you, but I'll just say, how old are you anyway? It's the least rude sounding one, I guess. He rolled his eyes. Believe it or not, I'm older than you. I just died pretty young. But when I was alive, kids got a childhood. Kids went outside, parents actually gave a shit about them and watched them. There was this dump on them on the computer and let them scramble onto shit they shouldn't and caused anarchy. Do you guys even know what's beyond your phone screen? Have you ever been to a park? Climb a tree, made an igloo in the winter, rolled down a hill and fresh mowed grass? He sighed and dropped the pen. That's your homework. Spend 24 hours without your phone or the internet. Go outside and live before it's too late. I'm just gonna say life lessons with Ben because what a man. Shortly after the bell rang, you left the classroom. Walking down the corner to the lunch hall for break, you can hear whispers about the drama teachers. What? They're pretty gay. Shake that ass for me, shake that ass for me. One of them smells of death. I'm not going to eavesdrop. I do eavesdrop. I like to... You know, if there's any gayness involved, then I'm all in. Let's click that one. Ooh, nice! I get to do biology. Break ended after 15 minutes and you made... Why is this such an educational quiz? You know, at least this person's good at every subject except for English because their English is absolutely horrible. Break ended after 15 minutes and you made your way to the next lesson, biology. Back up to the top floor on a separate corner, you found your classroom. Stepping aside, you sat at the front. The teacher was dressed in a lab coat, black hood visible over his coat, and his brown hair ruffled up as he yelled through the side door into the neighboring classroom before turning around. He wore a blue, poker-faced mask, though you couldn't see his expression. You could imagine he was annoyed as he stormed to the front. Just name the parts of the plant in the animal cell. Draw them out. I've got to deal with next door. Ooh, who's his neighbor? It's obviously Eyeless Jack. Okay. But, yeah, this is really weird how they laid this out. Well, whatever, it's A. After a few minutes, he stomped back in the classroom. Okay. I'm your biology teacher. If you're squirmish, we'll use you as a test subject when we look at organs and translates, instead of a frog. If you throw up, I will throw you out a window. If you whine, cry, or complain, I eat you, and we discuss the digestive system. If you are talking when I am, I will humiliate you both. I like how there's a we'll see, because nothing's better than being a nice little jackass. Understood, sir. Yes, sir. He huffed and the door opened. A cloud of smoke entered the room before roses were thrown into it. Oh no, what is this? A tall figure in a long trench coat and a fedora stepped in. Oh. And he's your sex education teacher. As he just likes to be called Smexy. As referring to him as sexual offender man would be more alarming. Jack sighed as the other gave a dramatic bow. Yeah, bow. I can't talk. Okay. Oh no, it's still Jack. Okay, let's talk about diabetes. Who can tell me the difference between type 1 and type 2? Ooh, I know this one. It's obviously 2. The lesson continued for a few moments before the bell rang. You ran out of the class and down the hall. The next class was drama. And upon entering the studio, nice, I love drama. There were 2 people sat at desks eating sandwiches. Chill. Reluctantly, they finished and packed up their meal as more students came in. The dark-tailed male huffed and rolled his eyes, picking up a white mask. Then his companion nudged his shoulder. Okay, got it. Welcome to drama. We're gonna teach you about acting, dancing, singing, and whatever. Let's start with a warm-up. Play charades. Well, not exactly. More guess the Shakespearean play. The dark-haired man stood up. His companion followed suit. The hooded male paused for a moment and mumbled to his companion before standing up. Guess what he's acting now. The hooded male pushed down his hood to reveal his sandy-covered hair and stumbled forward slightly before pausing and gasping. Is that a dagger before which I see? Crap. All of these involve death. I don't know. I think it's Romeo and Juliet. I don't think it's Hamlet. But wait, we need to... I'm cheating. The internet is my resource. Crap. It just has this pop up. No! Ugh, I hate myself. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Wait, but I think it's Romeo and Juliet, actually. I think Juliet may have said that. We'll find out. Oh crap, I did it wrong. Because this one... Can I go back? No, I can't. Wait, hold on, maybe I can. Back one. Yeah, it's not Romeo and Juliet. I think it's Macbeth. Then what light through yonder window breaks? That is Romeo and Juliet. I have no idea. Is it this one I've never heard of? I think so. Okay, let's see. After their short performance, they decided to teach the class ballroom dances. I didn't remember that's part of theater, but whatever. Everyone had to partner up. It didn't matter boy or girl, but dancing rules were decided. The pair seemed to work much better teaching dance together. They were smooth and in sync close. The odd passionate vibes they taught reminded you of the rumors. Definitely gay. We'll have our gay creepypastas. Lunchtime came and went, and you were heading towards your next class. French. You entered the class to see a tall, cheerful man in a polka-dotted suit sitting in the front desk as he smiled and tipped his hat. Hello, hello, welcome! You sounded very chipper. Everyone came and sat down. You could already hear whispers of how people would think he would teach, or how he'd be easy to trick out. He then rapped the board and spoke. Oh no. Bonjour? I know how to say bonjour, that's it. I think it's hello, how are you? I hope you're all doing good. Please respond, how are you? Oh? I gotta pretend I know what's going on by responding in French. Oh, buddy, French class was all he did was speak French. Everything. All listened. Oh, your next class should be better. It was cooking. Why do I have all these very generic classes? Whatever. Okay, let's see. You entered the kitchen classroom and sat down waiting for the teacher to arrive. He was there next few minutes, running late into the room and grabbed an apron. He flinched as he settled down and stood in front of it. Hey, we're making a carrot cake today. Yeah, get up. Come around the front. Demo time, then you can go off and make it. He hummed and everyone gathered around the front to look at the messy-haired, twitching boy referred to as Tommy. He grabbed eggs, flour, sugar, all the stuff, and a carrot, which he grated and put into the mix. While cutting up some ginger to add, you noticed he wasn't really holding the knife right. At some point, one of the students caught his attention. Making him look up to the answer to their question, he cut through his finger. Tell him. Before you could do anything, another student screamed. Sir! Oh my god, you cut your finger! He looked up at the tray, blinking, before squealing and throwing it into the bowl and mixing, hiding his bleeding finger stump. Don't worry! That's planned. It adds flavor! You watched in horror as he put it into the oven. you're sent off to your desk, you finally tended to his missing finger. Let's not do that. Oh boy, gamers. This next one's extra special. Who needs Christmas when there's 7 minutes with the killers? Which aka is probably 7 minutes in heaven. I like how there's like a little description that says, if you didn't realize, this is a 7 minutes in heaven but with the creepypasta characters. I won't spoil what characters there are, as I want to leave it as a surprise. Also, long results. Oh no, you know when there's long results, they get really graphic with it. Okay, let's read the description. Step by step, you walk forward, the path covered in shadows made by the trees surrounding you. And step by step, you got closer to your destination. This destination of yours was a mansion that looked like no one lived in there. Nice! So a crack den! But actually it was filled with killers and stalkers, monsters and ghosts, and you, ... would be spending time with them. Well, you know, at least they kind of make it sound like a bad thing. Oh gee, I think the author talks to me this whole time. Oh jeez. Okay, let's see. Oh, why are there so many? Give me a moment to read this. Okay, so I'm just gonna pick the one that makes the most sense. This feels like a bad idea. Should I just... I mumbled to myself and glanced over my shoulder, where it came from, resulting into a sigh, as the idea started to seem stupid by now. That's right, because it is a stupid idea. Wow, look at that. Family photo of Slenderman just chilling out. How quaint. Soon the mansion we had all heard of, aka I guess the Creepypasta mansion. No one's really given it a name, but it goes back to how I say it's like a big Marvel Cinematic Universe. Basically the concept where Slenderman has this giant mansion and they all live in it. That's right, gamers. This is that type of thing. Honestly, Creepypastas, but it's a reality TV show. I'd watch it. The abandoned look of it, not fooling you as you stepped in front of the door, leading inside the old-looking building. Just straight up wrong sentences. Just because you put commas in random places doesn't mean you can keep continuing. You knew that many people lived in there, and that it was actually pretty comfortable and clean from the inside, like any mansion with residents in it. Okay, let's see. There's so many of them. I have to read all of this. I'm gonna pick this one. I eyed the door, questioning if this was even the front door before knocking on it. After finishing with that, I stepped back and waited patiently. Oh boy. A faint sound of footsteps could be heard coming inside, and they were coming towards the door. The door soon opened. In front of you revealed a small girl behind it. Hello, Claudia! Sally, who was the one who invited you, greeted you with a smile on her face, stepping back to let you come inside. Wow, thanks, Sally, because I'm totally excited. Also, why is the little girl answering the door? Isn't that a bad idea? I know she basically has like a house full of killers who may or may not want to protect her, but still dangerous. I think this one fits with me the most, even though I really don't want to see everyone else living in the house. I smile at the little girl and step inside, instantly looking around in curiosity. Hello to you too. So, where's everyone else? I asked, wanting to see the rest of the people living here. Oh, most of them are in the living room, Sally replied. You then walk towards the living room, where there seems to be a lot of people. You enter the room, filling with people we know as creepypastas. I don't even get why they call them creepypastas. It just takes away any seriousness. How about monsters, stalkers, killers, just to name a few. And some of them you almost some noticed you almost instantly and greeted you, while others were too interested in what they were doing to even realize you were there. Wow, rude. Okay, which one? I decided to stay and talk with the people who had greeted me, as they seemed like they wouldn't mind talking to me for some time. You did this for some time, and eventually Jane, which, she kind of acts as, like, the female version of Jeff the Killer. I know I didn't talk about her, but basically, it's kind of a spin-off story where Jane was involved in the Jeff the Killer story, and he effed up her life. He, like, killed her family and everything. Jane sat down next to you and talked for some time. Hey, how are you? She asked, unsure how to start a conversation with you. I'm just gonna be a decent person. I'm great. How about you, Jane? I'm fine, I guess. You and Jane were trying to have small talk, or not, when suddenly you were interrupted by something creamy-like being thrown onto you. What in tarnation? You turn your head and look where the creamy thing, don't describe it like the creamy thing, had flown from, and realized it was cake. You also noticed Ben rushing out of the living room. It's my main hoe! I was eager to jump up and run after him, but I didn't. Instead, I just sighed and rolled my eyes at him. Here, said Jane, who offered a towel that she had went to go get for me. Aw, how sweet. Whatever you chose to do, you got to know that it was part of a game called Truth and Dare, that Ben was dare to do what he did. Really classy. Very, very mature. Jane had left to do something else by now, and you were sitting alone in the living room, while the others were doing whatever they were doing at that time. There's one option where your horny self is just like, there has to be someone who suggests playing 7 Minutes in Heaven. Rawr. I'm just going to pick. I didn't mind sitting alone for some time. It was actually pretty nice to just sit alone, because sometimes homegirl needs some alone time. Hey, Claudia, Toby said and walked over to you, soon explaining what he had to say. Okay, so we're gonna put on some music, and you, the guest, we thought you should choose the first song, Toby said and waited for your answer. Okay. You know, I'll just be nice and say, what's your favorite song? Then he's like, oh, I guess. I say, choose that, I say, interrupting Toby, who had just left to tell this to Clockwork. She's a female creepypasta, Mary Sue, slightly puzzled by just what had happened. Out here trying to be a decent person. Let's do something. It's getting to be boring, Ben said, laying across the couch staring at his feet, which he moved up and down to ease his boredom. Like what? Jeff said and crossed his arms, leaning up against a wall as he waited for Ben to answer. How about we play a game? Suggested laughing Jack with a wide grin, showing his sharp teeth. Fun. But I pick. If it's a normal game, then sure, I mumble and cross my arms, thinking what kind of game it would be. Whatever you chose didn't affect much. Nice. I love knowing my choices don't have an impact. And at the end, the idea of playing something was agreed to by most of the people. It was suggested that you play, 7 Minutes in Heaven. But wait, isn't there more boys than girls? Oh snap, are they chill if the gay? I never, there's a lot of these 7 Minutes in Heaven RP games, and it's like, there's way more guys than girls. How is that even working? Like, are you chill with being gay? Like, what's up with that? They never say. Sally, who was going to be the one carrying the hat around, well yeah, I sure hope a little 6-year-old isn't playing the game, walked over to you with Ben's hat in her hand. Put something in it, Claudia. Remember, it has to be something that relates to you, Sally said with a smile and waited for you to put something in the hat. What shall you put in? do I even have anything? Something that actually makes sense, because there's a bunch of examples and it's just me carrying around something I wouldn't carry around. I put in a small piece of clothing, something that I don't need to wear right now, like a necklace, earring, or a ring. Boom. Ah, gee. Wait, what? I don't even know this character. Cage Co? Hold on. We need to look this up, mates. Ah, gee, it's just showing my result. No. Okay, he's a 21-year-old Japanese demon who currently lives somewhere in America. Let's see. He was born in Japan, but when he was young, he was separated from his parents, who are presumed to be dead. He moved to America when he was around 18. Oh boy. Cageko? Yeah, I think that's how you pronounce it. Cageko is playfully sadistic and takes great joy in designing and in acting long, painful, and usually fatal games on whatever victim he picks out. He tends not to use proper weapons, but instead relies on cat-like claws on both of his hands and feet. Oh, I'm out here chilling with a furry. He prefers wine, video games, and speaking Japanese at people who he knows will not understand him. His personality is generally very energetic, mischievous, and intelligent. In short, he is a trickster who loves to play pranks and mess with people, and often goes too far. Okay, here's the long, dummy thick. Oh. Wait, I thought the descriptions were supposed to be long. Ooh, I got a tie. I like how it shows like all the descriptions. I got tied with Masky. Oh, darn it, I could have gotten Jane. Give me the gay. Whatever, let's read this. After waiting for some time in the kitchen, while the boys were picking their items from their hat in the living room, you were finally chosen. You were pushed into a wooden closet. Nice, I like how I don't even get any choice. Then you were trying to get more comfortable in the closet. The closet door opened again, another person was pushed in. Because before you could say anything, a familiar laugh could be heard. Hello, Claudia. You realized it was Cageko, who had picked your item and was now in the closet with you. Hello, you replied to him, which made the smiling part of his mask seemingly smile even wider. You wanted to play? He questioned, coming closer to you that you could see. He was fully visible to you. You answered this with a nod. And he leaned closer to you, with his head slightly tilted to the side, a chuckle escaping him. You pushed up his mask slightly so that his chin and mouth was visible. You pulled him into a kiss and you wrapped his arms around him. Time's up, James shouted after 7 minutes had passed, and the closet door flew open. With a chuckle, Cage stood up and stepped out of the closet with you. Wine? He questioned from you as you were walking towards the living room where everyone else was waiting. You nodded. Okay, wait, how old am I? And the two of you went to get some wine. Oh, you got yourself some. I like how they had a little description. Or you got yourself soda or juice if you were too young to drink. Well, I hope I wasn't too young to drink, considering this character's 21 years old. Otherwise, it kind of make him a little bit of a pedo. I thought it was gonna get, like, deep and smutty. And they're like, this is gonna be a long description. No, it wasn't, but whatever. Go off, I guess. So the last one actually wasn't cringy. It seemed kind of self-aware, and I think they did a pretty good job at characterizing the characters. It wasn't bent on any exact stereotypes, and it made them seem both chilling and life-threatening while making them human. But, ugh, jeez, this one's already bad. You just look at it and, like, this This sucks. Ugh, okay. It's a sleepover with the creepypastas. Smiley 3 face. And the author has inserted themselves within this. Okay, let me decide what my author voice is gonna be. Me. Which is the author. Which is weird sounding considering I'm reading this to you, but whatever. Wakey wakey, Claudia. What? Where am I? The mansion, of course. Did you kidnap me? What? No, wait, nah. Maybe, yes. What? Why? Well, we're having a game night. Okay, all of these responses are super cringy, but I guess I'll pick this one. You. Not good enough reason to kidnap me. Well, I called you. You didn't answer. I texted you like 15 times. I sent a voicemail. I sent a mail. It turned out you've been sleeping for 12 hours. 12! First of all, there's nothing wrong with sleeping for 12 hours. My spirit animal's a sloth. Leave me alone. I stayed up late, okay? What were you doing? Reading creepypastas? Sure. Oh boy. Everyone gathered around the living room and sat on the floor. Wait, everyone? Who is everyone? Oh jeez, whatever. Okay, so, let the guest first. I say, okay. Jeff, truth or dare? Ew, there's one of the options that has this author inserted their, OC named Shadow. Ew, gross. I'm just gonna be a jackass and he says dare and I say I dare you to close your eyes. If you don't remember, he doesn't have any eyelids. I'm not sure how that's possible, but whatever. He goes, what? What kind of dare is that? The super easy kind. And I give a little smirk. He goes, ugh. Close his eyes with hands. There! I closed my eyes. And I face palm. Kill me, I hate this. Okay, so this is weird. The author has themselves, their names, and they also have like their OC. That's weird, whatever, okay. So the author goes, now Jeff, you're up. Then Kendra, which I guess is her. Truth or dare? I'm picking this one because I get to say that someone's an idiot. Me, truth. Jeff. Who do you fall in love with? Yeesh, I thought everyone knows. Jeff, just answer the damn question. Severus? Who? Snape. Jeez. LJ pulls me towards him. Yeah, me. Oh, right. I forgot. Then I get to say, wow, my moment of truth. Even though I thought this quiz was supposed to be about me, but whatever. I guess it's about the author. Sometimes you're such an idiot, Jeff. Then the author agrees with me, their one wise decision, I guess. Whatever, I hate this. My turn. Claudia, truth or dare? You, which is me, which is confusing. And this is some weird song. Okay, so I either get to sing a weird song, get to answer a question of why I'm so cute. I do the chicken dance. What's a faller? And this one, wow, the author's such a savage. They're like, I dare you to stop acting like all the pastas like you. And I say, okay, I guess. Okay. I'll answer this one because I don't know what that is. One of my responses can be, what's a faller? That makes the most sense. Boom. Oh, I get to talk some more. Oh jeez, what? I say, what? Me again? Okay, I'm so done with Truth or Dare. And the author's like, well, what would you like to play then? And me, totally unironically, would always say this. I say, spin the bottle. Now when in hell am I gonna do that? Hell, yes, you are, sister. So the author runs away and I catches up to them and I say, we are playing this damn game. And the others are like, why? And then the author's like, think of the children. And then Sally's like, it's gonna be awesome and blah 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 blah. So I hate the author, so I'm gonna be like, you. And they're like, no. Good, suffer. Oh, so it's decided I go first? Why? Okay, cool. I go first, and I say, okay. And the author's like, hee hee hee. And I'm like, you're next. And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. So I spin the bottle. So here's the ooh, precious boy one where I get picked with Hoodie, and they're like, ooh. Then Jeff is like, I'd never kiss her. Then they degraded Toby, who's actually a really great character, to, how about we eat waffles? I hate that. I'll pick this one. It lands on eyeless Jack, and he's like, no, and I say nothing. And he's like, I'll just do this. He takes your hand and kisses your knuckles. I blush, and the author's like, oh, so she's quiet now. And that means Jack say no, hee hee hee, right? I've only spent a short amount of time with this author. This isn't even in real life, and I already want to strangle them. Now I say it's your turn. Then the author runs away, and I stop them. And the person's like, fine. Darn it, why did I not get Jane? I would have kissed Jane. Ugh, hate myself. And they're like, no, never. Whatever. Well, I guess I'll make this author happy and have them live out their fantasy. They get Laughing Jack, which I assume they're obsessed with because they act like a crackhead. He is a crackhead. And they seem the most happy with this. Arthur goes, okay, kisses LJ's cheek. LJ kisses my forehead. Hee candy, gives lollipop. Me, you already know the answer, takes lollipop, and I say, wow, you two are so cute. Me looks lollipop. I'm not cute. For some reason spelled with a Y. And I say, well, you are with LJ. And I say, and the author goes, oh, will we? Ugh, kill me. I'm choking on all this cringe. I get to pick who I'm sleeping with? Can I not just sleep alone? Slenderman goes, okay kids, go to sleep. Then everyone's like, oh! They're a bunch of 8-year-olds. And then the other, who I absolutely hate, is like, hey Claudia, who do you want to sleep with? No one? So I get Jane, Clockwork, Hoodie, Masky. Her weird OCs. I'll pick this one. I'll just sleep in the living room if I can. And they're like, what? That's weird. And I say, well, no one will get bothered by me. And they're like, what? I mostly just want to sleep alone because I like being alone. What? They say I'm rude, but otherwise I'm a badass baby. Person's like, well, you're rude, but that makes the party awesome. I'm going to invite you if there's ever a sleepover again. Oh, and look at his little author's note. I guess it's from future them. It says, "Hey, this is me from 2 years later. I kind of think this quiz is cringy, but I want to delete it. But it seems that you guys actually like it, and it reached 124 hearts, and I'm overwhelmed, and I have no fucking idea why. Anyway, thanks, guys. It wouldn't reach that much without you. K, out." I like how majority of people got, "Oh, you're just too adorable." And I got none of the, "Oh, you're just too adorable." What's the ... Interesting, whatever. Well, at least this author realized that this is a cringy quiz. And you know, it's good for them. They're realizing their mistakes and they're hoping to move on. But, it's gonna take me a while to recover from that. Ugh.
You so fucking precious when you smile. Hit it from the back and drive you wild. Girl, I lose myself up in those eyes.